Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to talk about vocabulary development and some ideas that actually spoke out to me when I was reading the book, Reading, Writing, and Learning in ESL. So one of the things that I really connected with was how students, before introducing new vocabulary, in this case for emergent bilinguals, would be to assess to see exactly how much they knew in regards to the vocabulary, especially if these are students that have been in the US for a year or two, and to find out exactly how much they actually know in regards to their vocabulary. Um, so I thought that was a really good idea before introducing them with any new concept to do a vocabulary assessment prior to the instructions to see how well they knew. Another thing that actually stood out for me was also um, the guidelines that were actually introduced in the book, which were for teaching new words. So, like for example, relating the new to the known. So by tapping the prior knowledge of the students, which including their primary language. So in case of, like if you were introducing the word car, they knew that the Spanish term for car would be carro. So on and so forth. So that would be like something that would really be beneficial for them. um, Offering repetition for new words in meaningful content. So in other words, highlighting it with verbal emphasis, um, and underlining it or pointing it out. So if, for example, if you're reading it from a text, having them highlight those words that stood out to them and explaining it to them in another concept. Providing opportunities for deeper processing of word meaning through having them do demonstrations, direct experiences, how maybe even using it with everyday life. How would they relate to something that's going on. So that would be something that, especially introducing new vocabulary, having them relate to it. Engaging students in using newly learned vocabulary words. So for example, if like doing group assignments, group projects, or group discussions, they could actually be utilizing the new vocabulary words when doing their discussion. That way, that will help them develop it even more and even continuing it even more. And with their peers, they can actually ask questions if they're not too comfortable asking the teacher to say, hey, you know what, this is the word. Can you repeat it to me, in other terms? Or maybe the students can explain to him in simpler terms that will make it easier for the emergent bilingual to learn. And providing explicit instruction on strategies would be also awesome. So for students when they're using it independently for understanding and using new words. So this would be like a scaffolding, I believe, where when they are able to go back and review information, and even when they're doing assignments, if they have like their notes of what specific words are, that would really help them out in knowing how to implement their knowledge to those new words. So if they're doing like a text evidence assignment, they know what that text evidence is and what to look for. So if they already know what the keywords are and what the keywords mean, then they would be able to find them quicker and know how to apply them. So um, so those were the key points that I found. I think seeing as I have dealt with a lot of um, emergent bilinguals in my classroom, we do a lot of scaffolding, a lot of prior knowledge, a lot of group assignments, a lot of peer and peer. So those have been great strategies, and when they are working on their own, they are able to use their prior notes as well. And with their information that they all have, they are able to even have one-on-one support also, because they do get pulled out and get one-on-one support to help them assist them with the vocabulary. So, and we have done also side by side language language instruction, which means I would read it to them in English and then read it to them in Spanish, so they will understand it when they are actually going back and seeing what those words means. So those are my key points. Thank you for listening.